What's going on, guys? DivasMarine38 here, and I'm finally bringing you guys another updated version of how to make gaming videos, or how I specifically make my gaming videos with Final Cut Pro X or Final Cut Pro 10 on Mac. If you guys didn't check out the last video I did, I'll try to link in the description if I remember. But this is probably going to be a pretty lengthy video. I was reading through the comments. A lot of people said to go more in depth of what I do for my videos and all that, and the little details. So I'm going to do that for this video. It's probably going to be pretty long, but if you guys are really wanting to figure out how to do the best videos you can with Final Cut Pro, then this will be the video to watch. I'm not going to go into like depth, but I'll definitely give you guys some good details to use when editing your videos. But as I said, this is going to be pretty long. But also be sure to subscribe and hit that like button and share this video to other people who may not know all this stuff if you guys want. And basically what I'm going to be doing for this video is I'm actually going to be using Elgato Gaming, but any if you use iTV, or I'm trying to think any other capture, like gaming captures for Mac, I think that's basically it. So I'm going to show you guys how to do it with the Elgato. I'm going to bring that screen over here. So I'm just going to use this clip from Destiny as an example, so you guys know how to record with Elgato. Obviously you have your Elgato plugged in, and you just hit this record button, and then stop it when you're done, and it'll go into your clips. So we're just going to use this video. We'll just name it test video, if I can type. Apparently not. Okay, there we go. Test video. And then you can change all the stuff on here, and then basically you guys, if you have Final Cut installed, you'll see this option right here, ProRes. I never really use that. I always just export it to movies just because it's easier for me. So basically what I'll do, I'll just hit movies, and depending on how fast your computer is and how long the clip is, it may take longer, but once the blue bar is gone and it's not in here anymore, then you guys are good. So you can exit out of Game Capture HD software, unless you want to. If there's multiple clips you want to put in your video, say you wanted to put this one in there too, you could do that. I'm just going to use this single clip right here. So you just do the same thing. You just click movies, and then as I said, you're done with that. So then what you're also going to want to do now is you're going to want to open Finder, and you're going to want to go to movies right here, and then as you can see right here, my clip called test video appears in my movie section. If you exported it to the movies, this is where it's going to go. It is the easiest way to find it. It actually exports in an M4V file, which isn't going to, I mean, you can upload that to YouTube, I'm pretty sure, but it's better to have it in a .mov, which is the movie file. So you have that right there, and then what I do, you can do it two ways. You can either do it this way I'm about to show you, or another way I'll show you too. So we just have to have that window open. We'll just put that, I'll just put that on my other screen over here, and then what we're going to want to do is open Final Cut, obviously. So here's Final Cut right here. I have a bunch of movies and videos already made in here, all the vlogs and stuff. So we're going to start out with a brand new one. We're going to basically just go up to the top, hit new. We're going to do new project, and then it's going to open up the screen right here. So these are all the details you guys want to do. So obviously it doesn't matter whatever your project name is. We're just going to name it test video again. In event, it doesn't really matter, whatever you want to pick for that. Time code, don't mess with. And then video properties, if it's checked on this, make sure you hit custom, and then this is where you can choose all your options right here. So you can do a bunch of different font or quality things. You can do custom or any of this. Basically what I do for all my videos, since is what you have to make sure you know what you're recording into, especially for your Elgato. If you have the Elgato HD60 and you have all the settings right, that's in 60 frames, and you want your video to be in 60 frames, which it takes up a little bit more space, and it's a little harder to export. It just takes longer, but it definitely is better for quality wise. So that's what I'm going to do my videos in. Actually, I think that video is actually in 30 frames. So what we're going to do, we're going to keep it 1080p because Destiny records in 30 frames, or the game is in 30 frames. So we're going to go over here. The resolution, don't mess with this. As long as you change this, it'll automatically change your resolution. So we want to do 2K, 5K, which is crazy. So the higher you do, obviously the longer it's going to take, depending on your computer also. So then that changes. That's the 1080 resolution format. Then the rate, as I said, this is the frame rate of what the video is going to be at. So you can change it. It doesn't really matter. But if you do 1080p 60 frames, and then the recording that you put in here isn't 60 frames, then it's not going to do any different. I mean, it may look a little bit better, but for this video, I'm going to do 30 frames. And then you can come down to here. The audio, I don't really mess with. I just kind of leave it on this. So you can use the default settings. It doesn't really matter. Or custom and use the settings I have. I mean, it depends on, as I said, everything. If you make the quality better, it's going to take longer and take up more storage on your device or on your computer. So surround sound, obviously you want surround sound at least. I wouldn't do stereo. But then this is like the audio sample rate. It doesn't really matter. I mean, you can go up to 192, but I do my videos in 48 kilohertz per second, which I think that's what that is. And I mean, the audio is fine. So I just suggest that. I mean, it doesn't, if you do any higher, I mean, it might make a difference. It's up to you guys. And then the render format, as I said again, if you do like all this XQ444, all that, I mean, it's may sound a little bit better, especially if you're doing like music and stuff. Maybe do it a higher format. But just for regular videos, I just leave it on the regular, whatever it gives me. It looks like Apple ProRes 422. And that is basically it for the project. So after that, we're just gonna hit OK. And it's gonna take us into this blank timeline right here. So there's a bunch of options and customization things that are right here, which I'm gonna get into. But first, what we wanna do is get our clip in here. So I'll show you guys real quick. I'll bring this back over again. So if you have an intro or something that you have saved, you can drag that first, and then drag in this video. So all you have to do, this is the first way of importing your videos into Final Cut. You can just basically take it and you drag it, drop it right in your timeline. The audio, or it'll start to import right here. You can still like look through your video and start editing the rest of your video while it's still importing, which is awesome. So you guys can see it imported that fast, so 100% done. This is like your percentage thing. So if it's open over here, background task thing. So if it's encoding, all this importing, sharing, this is what it'll show you guys the percentage. But so anyway, that's done. It imports pretty fast. So we can, if you hit the space bar, you can view your clip and watch it. So there is that. So that is basically the blank. This is like default what you can do. Obviously there's a lot more customization, which I'm going to get into, but I'll show you guys real quick the other way you can import it. So if you want to do it the other way, which I believe my way that I do it the first way is easier, but you can do file, import, and then media. And then if you have it on here, you can search it. But as I said, it's so much easier just to drag it. So basically you just have your clip right here that you can use and mingle however you want. So the first thing that I find really useful is the blade. So if you hit B, you guys can see that there's a little razor blade on the red line. So if any part in the video where you want to edit, like cut the clip, so say I want like right here when I get into the vendor, I hit blade, I just click down as long as I have B selected, and now it puts a blank, or like cuts the clip. So then what you're gonna wanna do is hit A, and then A is gonna make it so you go back to your selecting. So then you can take this like clip right here and you can move it around, you can set it on top, drag it over here, you can put it back. Anything that you're gonna need to do, definitely you're gonna need to use the blade if you're editing. So basically, as I said, it will do that. And then if you wanna get rid of it, you can just hit backspace. If you don't mean to delete it, you can hit Command Z, and then it'll, basically is the undo, or you can hit edit and then click undo up there. But yeah, that is basically it for the blade. As I said, you can just move it around. There's like a bunch of other options. You can use like V, blanks out the clip. So, I mean, it's up to you. You guys can mess around with it. If you guys are just making a gaming video, then all you're gonna wanna do is use A and B. A, as I said, gets you back to the select, and then B gets you into the razor. And then you can make this also bigger. So if there's like a really like important spot where you want to zoom in and get like a perfect like blade, like where you want it to stop or something, you can zoom it in down here and then just get the blade and cut it at that exact frame, which is pretty cool. So I usually have it about right there, unless I'm doing something like really in depth that I have to zoom in and get like a perfect shot or whatever, perfect cut. But that is basically it for the blade tool. As I said, the intro, if you want to add an intro, you can, but I'm going to show you guys an overlay now. So as long as you have what you're going to want to do for the overlay, if you guys want to see another video about an overlay, how you make it and how you save it from Photoshop, I can do that too. But let's go to this. All right, so I have a bunch of overlays right here. So we're going to use this. So basically the same thing as adding a clip. You're just going to drag it in. So this is my normal overlay that I use if I'm not using a webcam. So you just drag that in right here, and as you guys can see, it's already there. Basically, this file is a pnd.png. You do not want a .jpeg because it doesn't allow you to like see how like there's font at the top. If I used a JPEG, the whole screen would be white. You'd still see like the overlay, but the whole screen would be white. So make sure when you save it from Photoshop, or if you get it from anything, it's PNG. As I said, if you guys want to see a video on that, I can do that too. I want to help you guys out with these videos and stuff. But yeah, so that's all you do. You drag it, and then if you want it to make it the whole video, you just drag it from that edge and just drag it till whenever you want it, and there it is. It is on your video now. As I said, if you have a webcam, I will show you guys real quick how to do that also. So let's delete this overlay. Let's get my webcam overlay, if I can find it here. Right here. So this is my webcam one. So it's basically the same thing. As I said, if you guys want to see a video, I'll show you guys how to make this certain one. So that's what the webcam looks like without the actual webcam in it. It just has this surrounding. So then what you're going to do, I'll just select a clip from This is another video I did. So I'll just put this over here. So what you're gonna wanna do is make sure that your face cam, you can either record this from a phone, a camera, or whatever, and import it at the same time. It doesn't really matter, or you can record it from your computer webcam, whatever you have. So I'm just gonna select just this little clip right here that I can put as my thing. So make sure that the overlay in the timeline, the overlay is on the top no matter what of everything. So this is the main clip down here, the gameplay, and then my webcam, because I want my webcam to be over the gameplay, and then I want the overlay to be cover it all. So then what you're gonna do is drag the webcam to wherever you wanna match the audio up, so the audio is matched up with the voice. And then make sure that there's a yellow thing is selected around it, so that clip is selected. And you want to come up here, and you can do a bunch of different things. You can just transform, which basically this transforms the size. So make sure you're like clicked on here so the webcam's showing. And these blue dots you can see at each corner are showing up in each like middle section. And then you can see in the middle right here, which this is if you want to twist it. Actually, it's selected my webcam. So like I said, you got to make sure you're selected on that. And there we go. Now that should work. So. Yep, there we go. Okay, so now you can twist this, you can turn it upside down, you can do whatever you want. I'm just gonna leave it how it is. And then you're gonna wanna drag this. I just drag it from the top right-hand corner or left, it really doesn't matter. And then you're just gonna wanna move it into this box and then just shrink it down until it fits perfectly in the box like, whoops, I didn't mean to do that. Shrink it into the box and you can just adjust the size accordingly depending on how big or small your webcam is. And there you go, that's all you have to do for that. Let me mute this on. So that's what it looks like. So that's how I do my webcams and stuff. That's like the most basic video you can do. But as I said, I'm definitely going to go into more depth because I know somebody asked me about that. So what you're going to do, if you say you don't want all this background, like you can see like my whole like background behind me, you can use this tool again. You can use crop, and what this will do is crop out the video so you can go like even smaller. You want to make sure, depending on what your webcam size is, if it's 16:9, which mine is, so it's more widescreen, or if you're using 4:3, I think it's 4:3, which is kind of more like like an old television screen, like how it's like more like squarish, not really widescreen. You can shrink this down accordingly to the size of your webcam. So that's kind of what mine looks like, and then you can move this to whatever you want. So say I just want my face, like a zoomed in picture. You just hit done on that, and then you can come back to here and hit transform, and then you can shrink it down again just like that. So you don't have to have your whole background in there. I do that sometimes, just like that, and then see, that's all you have to do. So now it's more zoomed in on my face or anything, whatever you want to put in your webcam. So that's basically it for that. So you have your your overlay, your webcam, and you just adjust this to your video, however long your video is. I'm just going to actually shrink this just so it's not as long. Get rid of that. Whoops. So we'll get rid of that. Alright, so that's basically it for the most basic thing. Also, if you want to add like music, make sure that you don't add copyrighted music. I have music downloaded that I'm allowed to use. So say you want to do that, you just drag, make sure it's an MP3 file. I don't know if that's the only format that Final Cut reads, but make sure it's an MP3 and you can drag it down here. Make sure it's at the bottom. Don't drag it on the top or anything because it just makes it all messy. Make sure like the main timeline, see how it's like dark gray here, make sure that the MP3 file is underneath it. So that you can easily adjust the volume accordingly. And you can shrink this. This is how you adjust the volume. You're going to want to click like right in the middle so that the two arrows appear over the line. Just drag that either up or down if you want to increase the sound. And you can do this for all clips. So I have video, or you guys can see I have audio right here where it shows these lines. I can just drag this all the way down if I don't want audio from that. And then down here you can see the little like blue spiking. Say I want my game volume up more. You can only adjust it to 12, which kind of sucks. So, I mean, usually you don't need it any more than that or less unless you want it all the way 0. But say you want it all the way up 12 like that, and then you just hit play, and you can just keep messing with the volume until you find it the perfect way. And that's really it, all I do for my videos. I'm just going to keep going and show you guys different things you can do for people that may be using this for other things. So I'll go through all of these right here and show you guys. This basically, if you want to fast forward a clip, you're going to want to select a clip, make sure it's yellow or highlighted, and you're going to want to come here. You can either slow it down, speed it up. I really don't use any of this stuff, instant replay. I don't know what video quality does. It doesn't let you use it, but I only use these two, fast or slow. So say I want to slow it down 50%, you just click that and then see it makes it really slow. So you guys can see up here that it looks really slow. And then a really cool thing that I found out you can do is if you bring your cursor over here, you can drag this to make it even slower. So you guys can see the percent decreasing here. And then it'll make it even slower. So let's see what it looks like now. So now it's like super slow, but if you want to speed it up, you can drag it all the way down to here. So now it's to fast. So you can do the same thing when you click fast. So say I want fast 8 times. it'll make it to 800%. So let's see how this looks now. So it's like super fast. It's like not even rendering it because it's so fast. But yeah, that's all you have to do for that. So if you need to speed or slow down something, I'm just gonna undo all that so it goes back to normal. All right, so there, that's back. And then, let's see, so right here, these are like lenses, are different filters. Basically, if you guys ever use like Snapchat or Instagram, you can do like filters. So say you want black and white so you guys can see. The cool thing is if you're like, whatever layer you're selected on, so I'm selected on my face cam, if you come over here and you drag your mouse, it gives you like a preview of what it looks like without having to click it. So, and then if you put your cursor here and you hit the space bar, it'll play it with what that looks like. So, which is really cool. So, these are video filters. You can come down here and use audio filters too. I don't really use specifically any of these, honestly. They're really just for like more technical stuff if you want to get into it. It kind of takes a while if you're like editing something and you're using all this, but I mean, it's up to you guys, of course, obviously. So all you have to do to either use the video or the audio one, you just take this and let's see which one we should use. Let's just go up to... All right, colorize. So say I wanted to make this on my face cam so it looks like that. You just literally take this, either audio or video, take this and you drag it and then drop it right on where you want it. Same with the audio. I'll just take, let's say, this thing, and then you can drag it right here on your audio. You can drag it on a video for the video, audio, or any of that. So it's literally that easy, and you drag it. If you accidentally mess up or you don't want that, as I said, you can always go to the top and hit Edit Undo or hit Command Z, and then it will go back. So I'll just do that for example, and then you can see it is back to normal. So that is all the features and stuff. You can download more, I think. I don't know if you have to buy them or if you can just get them from somewhere. I haven't done that yet. I mean, I'm fine with the default ones that come on here. But then the next tab is photos. So basically, these are just a bunch of photos. This looks like from my cruise. These you can pick, I guess it takes it from your desktop, wherever. I really don't use this either because all I have to do if I want a photo, I just take it from my Finder and drag it on top of my screen or drag it in the timeline where I want it. So there's that. And then here, obviously, with the music symbol, this is all the music and sound effects. So what's cool about Final Cut, obviously, for the price that you pay for it, I'm glad that they give you all these sound effects that you can use. So if you're making like a movie or something, it's really cool. You can get all these sound effects, and then also you obviously have access to your iTunes library. If you want to add like some Wiz Khalifa or something like that, you are welcome to, although watch out for copyright strikes and all that, because if you're adding that kind of music. But if you're not worried about that, go ahead. You can just add whatever songs. If, as I said, if you have like permission or you use non-copyrighted songs, then obviously it's okay. You don't have to do that either. I never even use either of these because if I want something, I'll just drag it from my Finder or my desktop or wherever it is onto here, which helps because I do have two screens. But if you don't have two screens, you can just drag the window down smaller. And if you have something on your desktop, you can just drag it and drop it and then maximize this back to the size it was at. So it's pretty cool. But yeah, that is basically it for the music and sound, or the picture and sound. So this is a tab that I use a lot. So these are transition things. So as you guys can see, I will use this. I'll show you guys what I mean. So you can take this and you put it in between clips. So I'll show you guys what it looks like. It'll use like these different effects. Okay, it didn't work. Oh, you know what? I think it's because of this. Let me see. Okay, it's not gonna work for me. Anyway, that's all you have to do. Okay, don't need that. I'm definitely not messing. Okay, there we go. So I usually use one of these, obviously at the start in front of my video. Not this specific one. This is called arrows. There we go. So there's an arrow to transition out, but you can do it between clips. It usually works. I don't know why it's not working there. But the one that I always use, that a lot of people use, is the fade to color. So basically what this is it fades to black. I usually do this at the start of my video and at the end of my video. So you can put one up here, like that, and then you have to adjust your clips accordingly. So if your face cam, you don't want your face cam to be at that part, you can specifically make sure like these are selected too. These are like the point breaker and then like the selector thing so that you can scroll across your timeline. Because if you don't have this selected, then it doesn't like preview the clips. So you definitely want that selected. And then this one is like so clutch when it comes to like the little breaks. It has like a little lock thing, so it's easier to select the clips. So then, as I said, you just adjust your webcam accordingly, and then when you open up your video, or when somebody opens your video, it comes up like that with a little cool animation. So that's what I always use. Fade to color, it's in the, I just use the all section, so it's right here, fade to color. It's in alphabetical order, but you can use any of these. You can use letter X, do that cool thing, light noise, mosaic. All these were like cool looking things, I guess. I was gonna say retarded, but I guess they're all not retarded. There's some cool ones, but I usually don't use any besides the fade to color, but as I said, you guys have the option to. There's a bunch on here. These are all stock that come with Final Cut, I believe. because I haven't downloaded any extra ones. But as I said, if you download extra ones, you can probably get those, but those are just some of those. So as I said, I do use the fade to black, which comes in clutch. It makes your video look nicer than just coming into frame and then just exiting without like fading or anything like that. So it's pretty cool. So definitely there's a tip for you guys. Use that to make your videos look better. But yeah, that is it for this tab. I guess it's called a transition. I can't talk. Transition tab. So now this is the text tab, which I do use sometimes, not much. So this is basically little text things that you can put on your screen. I'm going to use this one for example, and all you do is same thing as always. You just drag it onto your timeline, and it puts this on here. So when we hit spacebar at that point in the timeline, if you guys don't know, obviously this goes from left to right. So when it gets to that spot in the clip, it will show that on the screen. So this is the clouds title thing. And then what you can do, as long as you have this selected right here, you can come up here and it'll put it up in this corner. Make sure you have this selected right here. I don't even know what you call it, these little things right here, so that it shows it all up in here. And then you can either, I believe it's supposed, if you double click, okay, yeah, double click right here, it'll show it up in the corner up here, and you can adjust the font either up here, or if you just want to adjust it down here, you can change that, and then you just click over here and you can change that, and then just like that, and then you just click off, and then there you go, it is saved. If you want to add a text thing, you can add any of these. You can add the date and time. Let's see, if I don't even know if that'll work. I don't know. March 7th. Okay, yeah, right there, 9:22 p.m., except it's kind of off because it's 9:41, but whatever. You can add different things like that. It's pretty self-explanatory. You can add like a Star Wars thing, which is pretty cool. What else things? You can add like a keynote thing, so like it'll pull your video aside, and then you can add text and stuff like that, which is pretty cool. There's just a bunch of things. You just have to mess with it and find the one that you like, but there's a bunch of these if you need to use them. As I said, there's different like categories, like cinema ones. There's bulletin board. I believe there's like a sports one, boxes, comic book, data, documentary, event, film strip, news, photo album, scrapbook, sports. Yeah, here's the sports one. You can do like a team versus a team, stats, all that. Just a bunch of crazy stuff you can just do on here and have fun with. So anyway, we're gonna move on to the next tab. This is what you use. You can use these. I don't use these. I don't have a green screen. But what's cool about this is that if you put this in your video, obviously, well, okay, yeah. So it's like moving slowly. But if you have a green screen, as I said, I don't. But if you have that, you can put that over top this clip and whatever you have. If it's you standing there or walking around, it'll look like you're walking in these. So I don't know, metal, natural, all this crazy stuff you can use for that. As I said, I don't use these. I don't have a green screen or anything like that. So I don't have the need to use that. But if you want to do that, that is basically all these are. Just a bunch of different film stuff you can do. And I don't know what any of this is, but you don't need to use it if you're just doing gaming videos. But I know some people, I guess I will just say this real quick because I know some people are wondering how you do a video with like a green screen. If you want your face instead of like a text box, you just want like a little box and then like your green screen like head and all that. I'll do that in a separate video. If anybody has that problem, let me know in the comments and I will make a separate video. Because I know most of the people that make videos and stuff, like even I don't have a green screen or anything like that. But if somebody does need a video tutorial on how to do that, I will definitely make that. But yeah, so if you have a green screen and want to do any effects like this, go ahead. That is what that is. And then this over here, I don't really know what this is. I don't use any of it. It's just kind of like translations and a bunch of stuff, or yeah, just a bunch of stuff. I don't know. It's just a mash of different stuff. I don't use that, so I just click off that and don't worry about it. So that is basically it, I believe, for a video. That's all I do, at least. If you guys need more help, let me know. I'm going to check the comments again just to make sure I didn't miss anything, so just a second. Alright, so these are all the comments on the video. So this guy says, good video, better simply adding details, still very clean, good though. Alright, thank you, dude. I hope that answered your question. So how did you create an overlay again on top of the video, bro? So as I said, if you guys want me to do that, I will do that in a separate video. Basically, all I did is searched online, free overlay, and then you download that, and then you open it in Photoshop, and you can customize it yourself. Some things you can customize it online, but that is how I got mine. Anyone know the difference between Sony Vegas and Final Cut Pro? I believe Sony Vegas is only available on Windows and Final Cut is only available on Mac. I think they're basically the same program. Sony Vegas looks more confusing to me from what I've seen. But alright, so this guy says everything you can do in iMovie. I already responded to that. It looks the same. iMovie is more bland for the normal person that doesn't want to get in depth with video editing. There's some specific stuff I don't really like on there, so it's up to you if you want to use iMovie or Final Cut. So was using Vegas Pro still me. All right, yeah, sweet, dude. I'm glad that worked out for you. Subman Gaming Channel Mac. All right, thanks for the help. Can you face cam? Yes, you can face cam. I showed you guys how to face cam with it. Everyone has a Mac, Windows 10. Why can't I see Windows 10 on file? So yeah, this guy obviously has Windows. I don't know how to do that. So this guy asked how much does it cost. I believe it cost around $300 some. I did not pay that much. I'll show you guys. I'll look up the price right now. I got this a while ago, and I got it somewhere. I'm not encouraging getting it offline somewhere, but if you want to, you can. Right, this is the new one. This isn't the, actually, I don't know. I don't think this is the same thing, basically. Yeah, it looks the same. So this is the new one. This is like $300. So as I said, it's pretty expensive, but it's definitely worth it. How do you split audio before deleting at 7? As I said, you hit B. I already showed you guys. You hit B, and then you'll stop at Blade. Dude, slow down. Stop talking so fast. Sorry if I was talking too fast. Hopefully I didn't talk too fast for this video. What software do you use to create your intro? Obviously, I did not create my intro. I got it from the network I'm sponsored by. What app do you use to make the intro? I already answered that, and I think that is it for the questions. So, I think I answered everyone's questions that had something on here. Yeah, so this guy already answered. So yeah, that's basically it. As I said, I pretty much went through everything. I guess I didn't show you guys how to export it yet. So obviously after you're done, you're going to come over here to this, and then you can do all this stuff. You can export it straight to YouTube, Vimeo, add destination, DVD. I recommend using master file. Use master file, and then you can come in here and change the settings even more. You're going to want it, if you want the audio only, if you're making like a music track on Final Cut, you can do audio only, or if you want video only, I obviously use video and audio. And this is something that you can use too, as I said before earlier in the video, that this obviously is the best quality that Final Cut will make. If you have a camera or something that records in that good of quality that you're making like a professional movie, then obviously use this. But I mean, you can do it for your videos. It'll maybe make it a little bit better, but it depends on the camera and software you're using to record, that it has to be in that quality to do it anyway. But if you want to, you can do it. It takes up a bunch of space, so I'll show you guys right now. So this is the format that you're going to want to use, H.264. That is the best file to upload to YouTube and all that. It makes it quicker. So you guys can see right here, 632 megabytes, which is about half of a gigabyte, a little bit more. And if you choose all the way up here, this is the best quality that, or the best like format you can do for this. Look at this, 14 gigabytes, from half of a 1 gigabyte. If you make it in that quality, 14, and that was only for a 3-minute and 45-second video. So that's what I'm saying, guys. Don't use that unless you really want to and you have the space and time to do that, because it'll just take forever. So just use this. Resolution stays the same. I don't really use, I just leave that checked, include chapter markers. When done, do nothing. Just leave that, and then roll QuickTime Movie, which you're going to want to use for if you want to open it after. So you just hit next. I always export it to my desktop and then hit save. So it will start right here. You do that, and then you just leave this open. You can minimize it, but if you want to click on the thing right here, it'll show you the time and the percent of sharing. As I said, it depends on your computer, how long the video is, the quality of the video, and all that. This shouldn't take too long, probably like 10 minutes, maybe less for mine. Actually, probably less than 10 minutes, but that is basically it. I hope I did a better updated version than what I did like 2 years ago. If you guys have more questions for me, I will be always in the comment section responding. And then, as I said, the other things that I said or told you guys in the video, if you guys need more help with, let me know. I'll make a follow-up video talking about the overlay and all that stuff. Just let me know in the comments below, or tweet me. I'm always on there, and you guys can ask me whatever questions you need. And then if there's any other videos you guys want me to make, as I said, with the green screen or whatever, or any other tip videos you guys want with like setups and all that, I'm going to be working on some more. But let me know if this was good. I hope it was. I hope, as I said, I hope I didn't talk too fast or anything for you guys or go too fast. This is about like 30 minutes long right here. So I hope that if you guys watch this long and watch the whole thing, thank you guys so much. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys can make some awesome videos. If you guys do, let me know in the comments below that you made an awesome video using the tips I gave you guys in this video, and I'll come check it out. But yeah, that is basically it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. As I said, hopefully it helped you out. But that is it for this one. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I will see you guys in my next video. I'm DVS Marine 38, and I'm out. Peace.